tonight. Thank you for tuning in, checking out this stream today. It was supposed to be about 40 minutes earlier, but we got caught in one hell of a traffic show. Oh man, so a little rundown before all the fantasy football kicks off here. Out in Hoboken, on the way home, right? Disabled car on the Pulaski Skyway. I'm like, ugh, traffic. Everything just stopped. One lane, boom. I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. Wait, nope, more red lights. Another disabled vehicle. So I'm just like, come on now. So we're going. We get up to the next disabled vehicle, and I guess some dude and some girl got into an argument in the car. My man on the Pulaski Skyway just hops out the car and starts walking. And I'm talking, we're like maybe halfway across, and he just starts walking. There is no pedestrian walkway on the Pulaski Skyway. This man was out there with the cars just walking. Luckily for him, we were crawling, because there was an accident up ahead with another 2 cars disabled. I was like, yo, I've never seen this on the Pulaski. So much just separate from each other, right? And my man is just walking down the highway. At one point, he started jogging, and I was thinking, oh, there's an accident up ahead. Maybe he was in the car trying to get to the accident, and that wasn't it, because that car he got out of ended up behind me, and we decided maybe he's jogging to prove a point, like, fuck this traffic, I'm gonna beat you there. And then when we got through the traffic and this chick was still driving behind me, she just drove past him and left his ass on the Pulaski. Oh boy. This is real life. That was just what was happening. Yeah. Can't make this shit up. But thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you listening to my story time. That's why I was late today. It's no excuse. It's just the truth. But yeah. Fantasy football draft season, baby. Let's go. If you don't watch football, if you do watch football, football camps have opened this week. Let's go. Football season is just around the corner, baby. Souped. So souped. Can't wait. Let's go Chargers. Woo. But we're going to do some drafting today. It's only going to be mock drafts. Soon enough, we'll get into like best ball drafts where real money's on the line and it's actually going to be a real draft. With mock drafting, tends to be just the first round or two is actually people still in the room, and then they all just start leaving. They just want to know what's going to happen in the first 2 rounds. Like, why would you do a mock draft just to find out what happens in the first 2 rounds? Like, stick it out, make yourself a team, and see how it goes. First 2 rounds, you know who's going to go. Like, Jonathan Taylor's going to go number 1 overall. That's a given. But, I don't know. People are weird. So, personally, I'm in 110-team league. I love it because it's a dynasty, but I don't love it so much because there's too many people left as free agents, and it makes it just, you got too many good people on your team, and you're kind of just choosing between, okay, is this guy going to get 2 touchdowns, or is this guy going to get 2 touchdowns? And it's kind of like whack. But let me see here. I noticed had some text coming through. Sorry to delay you, but you know what? What we're going to do tonight, we're going to be hitting these 12-team drafts, and I'm going to try and start. There we go. We got one. We got one in the first position. I want to try to do some drafts in order, like see how it goes drafting from number 1 overall. Obviously, I'm going to be taking Jonathan Taylor. Then I want to see what's going to happen 2 overall. Am I going to go for CMC? Or am I going to go somewhere else? And then go into 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 12, and just see how the drafts go from each position. And yeah, just to gauge what my favorite drafting spot is going to end up being this season in a 12 team at least. I know I'm in a 14 team and in a 16 team, but that's a dynasty. Hey, what's up there, Shinobi? How you doing? And but we're gonna try to draft from each position and find out where I like the best and what my team shape out to be from each position. So it's gonna be fun for me at least. I hope you enjoy getting a little sneak peek at how these drafts are gonna go. I mean, once you hit the round 4 in these mock drafts, it's a wrap. People just leave the draft room. You'll have the hardcore people like me just sticking it out because I want to see what my full roster is going to be, even though it's a little skewed because you got all these teams that start auto drafting, so the computer's just picking whoever it thinks fills the roster the best at an ADP level, and not so much the talent that's out there. Because personally, you can't just do a draft in fantasy to fill the positions on your roster. Yeah, you need to fill all the positions, I get it. But if you're coming into like the 7th round of a draft, and this I'm stealing this kind of from was it Jeff Ratcliffe was talking? I don't know. So I was listening to a fantasy analyst earlier. He was like, if I'm in round 6 and Josh Jacobs on the board, I'm running to pick him up. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just leave the value out there. Like, yeah, maybe you need to pick up a tight end, but tight end's a shit position. Once you get past the top like 4 guys, everyone's the same. Everyone's 3 catches for 30 yards, and they suck. But if they get a touchdown that week, they're fucking gold for you. So that's really it with the tight end position. I mean, you got top tiers. You got Kelce, you got Mark Andrews, Kyle Pitts, Darren Waller, and then we get George Kittle, your 5 here. And then you fall off the cliff, really. I mean, who else you got like in that next tier? I mean, I guess you could say you got Hunter Henry. You can't even say Gerald Everett with the Chargers because they're going to be working Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Austin Eckler. Gerald Everett, even Coach Staley was talking today after practice. They like how he blocks. He's not going to be out there catching too much. Donald Parham might be, but you're not drafting him early. Other tight ends, you got like Pat Freiermuth in Pittsburgh on the Steelers. He's a 3 for 30 guy also. If he doesn't get those end zone targets and get that touchdown for the week, you're kind of over there cursing at him like you fucking suck. What are you doing out here? That's the tight end position. But we're about to get into this draft room. Let's go. Get ready. Draft number 1 overall. It's only a mock draft, so it's whatever. This is all this is research, we'll call it. I'm a little excited, a little pumped up. It's fantasy football draft season. Let's go. I'm pumped. I can't wait for the real league drafts to start when it actually means something. It is a little early for it, though. I mean, we're in week 1 of camp. Injuries are coming out. That's just how it's going to be. Ryan Jensen, the center for the Bucks, Tom Brady's protector. He just got a knee injury today. He's going to be out for like a month, maybe a couple months. So he might be out. He's going to be out for all of training camp. And then possibly the first month of the season. Brady's going to have to break in a new center right now. Tom Brady doesn't like to do that. But especially a veteran who he coached up to do stuff. Brady's not going to be about that life. But he's going to have to do what he has to do. That's why he's the greatest quarterback of all time, Mr. Tom Brady. Interesting. But season's going to go on with or without him. You play fantasy football at all, Shinobi? What's your favorite football team? Yeah, see, it looks like number 2 overall, people have been drafting Cooper Kupp. Not a bad decision here, Mr. Cooper Kupp. I'm not gonna necessarily go with that, but when I'm drafting 2, overall, honestly, I could go here with Christian McCaffrey, but you've been watching a little bit of football lately. That's what's up. Football's awesome. Love football. Gotta go with the hometown hero here, the homie, Austin Eckler. Chargers, baby. Let's go. But in 21 seconds, I'll be drafting Jonathan Taylor. And 3, 2, 1. Jonathan Taylor is mine. That's how you start a draft. That's how everyone's going to start their draft this season. Probably 99 out of 100 people are going to be picking Jonathan Taylor, number 1 overall. That's it. That's the fact of the matter. That's how it's going. So now it's looking like T. Higgins or Tyreek Hill are going to be my next pick. If it happens, Javonte Williams will be there for me. I don't think it will, but like even look at this, Mark Andrews. Oh, okay, so that's at the end of round 2. Javonte Williams is my target here. If I have Jonathan Taylor and Javonte Williams, that's a good start for running backs. Because Javonte Williams is going to be splitting time with Melvin Gordon, but Melvin Gordon, it's going to be at best a 60-40 split this time around. So Javonte Williams is going to break out. And if Melvin Gordon gets injured like he's prone to, he used to be a Charger, I know. Javonte is going to be full workload for sure. And Javonte Williams is a beast. I'm sorry. He's dirty. It sucks that he has to be in the Chargers division, but best division in football, that AFC West. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, good start. I mean, you take the number 1 pick overall, you go Javonte Williams. You go Jonathan Taylor. That's what you do this season. Oh, look, someone did draft Javonte Williams. So T. Higgins is up there. I'm not taking T. Higgins out here. Zeke, I might double tap. I might go with Tyreek and then pick up Zeke also. See, now this is where the trickiness begins. Who to go with my second pick overall? Alvin Kamara's down here. I'm not going to be getting him. Tyreek's going to take a dip in production. I know it, but I'm going to go Tyreek, and I do have Zeke in 2 of my Dynasty leagues, so I got a lot of chips in that pot. I like that. You know what? Jonathan Taylor and Ezekiel Elliott for essentially my first 2 picks, but I also got Tyreek Hill in there. So we got a pretty nice start out here. So far, first draft pick overall is shaping up pretty nicely. What it's looking like that's going to be around when I come back up, J.K. Dobbins will be there. ETN could be there. That's a possibility. A.J. Dillon's the number 2. I don't really want to pick him up. It'd be nice to get a strong wide receiver coming up. Like, if I could I don't mind double tapping the Broncos here and getting like a Cortland Sutton. He's going to be targeted heavily by Russell Wilson this season. So getting a pass apart. Oh, wait, no, I missed out on Javonte. What am I talking about? I was talking so much about him at the best. Yeah, so definitely want to get a piece of this Broncos offense. Whether it's Cortland Sutton, Javonte Williams, even Russ is a pretty decent one. You just want to wait a while to get to your quarterbacks. You don't want to jump too early. Like, here's Justin Herbert. He's going to be a number one quarterback for sure. But I don't want to pick him with my 4th pick overall. There's so much more value out there. I could go back to a Russell Wilson and say round 6 and lose out on 50 points overall on the season for the position. Like, that's nothing. That's only a few points per week on average. Get the quarterbacks later. You don't need to jump on. Where is it? Can you see? Yeah, you could see over here. No one's gotten that QB yet. Where is he? Where is Josh Allen? Yeah, someone took Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes is still there. I mean, I could jump on Mahomes, but I'm not going to. And, yeah, Josh Allen went 27th overall. Deborah. Oh, Deborah. You silly goose. Kyle Pitts is a nasty tight end. He's one of a kind. I have him in my one dynasty league. Someone ended up, the guy before me last year in our rookie draft, he went ETN, and like fireworks went off in my head. I was like, yes, let's go. Bam, jumped on Kyle Pitts immediately. Do not have to worry about a tight end in my dynasty, period. Same as my other dynasty, I made sure to get on early. I picked up Mark Andrews. I don't have to worry about tight end until the bye week. And then I pick up someone who's going to go 3 for 30, hopefully get me a touchdown. And that's that. You got elite tight ends in my dynasty where I don't have to worry about it. Because honestly, tight end's a shit position. It's tough to call if you're not getting the top 4 guys. You're not getting much. There goes Kyle Pitts, just like you're talking. He's gone. But Allen Robinson's going to be there. Not bad, but not interested, personally. And now I got Tyreek Hill, so if Jalen Waddle fell to me, I'm not going to take him. Jalen Waddle's an all right decision here. Trey Lance should be good because he's a running quarterback, but he's much further down the list. Like, he'll be past Brady. You don't want to jump on quarterbacks. It's not worth your time. Josh Jacobs is going to be phased out eventually. I'm not jumping in with Darren Waller. Herbert's there. Allen Robinson won't be back because Matt Stafford is going to sling the rock. You know, that's actually not too bad of a choice. We're gonna pick up Allen Robinson here. Cooper Kupp's obviously going to be the number 1, but Allen Robinson will be fantasy relevant so long as he's healthy. So now my second pick, I could take DK, but he's got crap quarterbacks throwing to him. I'm tempted to go Dobbins because Dobbins is going to be in a run-heavy offense. And he's injured now, but he will be coming back and strong. I also have him in my one dynasty, the one that I have Kyle Pitts in. So we're shaping up decent so far. We've got Jonathan Taylor, Tyreek Hill, Ezekiel Elliott, Allen Robinson, and J.K. Dobbins. It's a decent start from the number 1 position. Antonio Gibson's a workhorse for sure. He's been injured a lot past couple of years, but he's a talented guy. And I know they just drafted a rookie running back. I can't think of his name, but he's not a workhorse. He's more of a pass catching guy. So they're gonna try to give him those in between the tackle runs, and it's just not gonna work. And the Washington Commanders, they're gonna be leaning on Antonio Gibson. But see, all the way down here is Melvin Gordon. Now, Rashad Penny is going to be the top guy in Seattle until Kenneth Walker. They really unleash him. Another big thing I want to do, I don't want Devin Singletary. More so in Dynasty moving forward. But late in drafts, James Cook, Dalvin Cook's younger brother. He is going to be a monster. And in the offense that the Bills are now going to be running, I think they're running like a zone run package, something like that. James Cook is going to go off. They give him a few weeks to get into there. I'm not telling you to draft him early because that's not going to do you too good. You're going to lose out on lots of value. But over here, Juju is someone I'm eyeing. I was really low on Juju, and I had to talk with a friend about him. And then I just looked it up, and I kind of like Juju. Over the past few years, I've become down on him, but he's been a top 20 wide receiver the past few years when he's playing most games of the season. With Patrick Mahomes slinging the rock, he's going to get work. Him and Kelsey are going to be the number 1 and 2 guys. I don't think they're going to use the run game much, as usual. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not really panning out much. And Juju right now I think is super underrated. He's not going to fall to me here in this draft, but if he did, I would not be complaining in the slightest. Now also, since I did get Zeke, and where the ADP is, I do have to keep an eye out on Tony Pollard at this point. And here's Kenneth Walker down here. But where I'm at, unfortunately, for a running back like Zeke and for how talented Pollard is, you gotta handcuff him. You gotta work the cuff. And you can't work the cuff and be like, okay, I'm gonna get this guy, and 4 weeks down the road, oh, he's not getting work like that, I'm gonna drop him. No. He is that safety valve for you, so that way when something does happen to your elite running back, you have that handcuff to put in. Otherwise, you're fucked. And you don't want someone else drafting your handcuff and being the guy like, screw it, I'll sack up and I'll leave him on my bench. And then when that happens, you're stuck trying to make a trade and they got you by the balls and they can do what they please with you to make you lose your team just for that one guy. It's not worth it. But so if it's possible, I'm going to double tap here with Juju and Tony Pollard. Probably not going to be possible. Yep, there goes Juju right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he broke out at the end of the season, but I'm not too up on it for some reason. I don't know why. JT, yeah, Justin Ironside. You know it. I mean, if you're just tuning in, I'm mock drafting, and I'm going to start from 1 to each position, going 1, 2, 3, 4 to 12. So that way I could just kind of gauge what teams are going to come out looking like from each position and see which positions I like coming from the best, really. I know with our leagues, it's just random anyway, so I don't get to choose where I'm coming from. But at least I'll have a nice mindset as to what's going on when I'm drafting from the 6 hole, you know? But I'm double tapping here, so I think Darnell Mooney might actually be a good wide receiver to pick up. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of hype on Darnell Mooney. But I definitely, let's see, I've got just 2 wide receivers right now. I gotta go with Tony Pollard because I picked up Zeke. I gotta grab the handcuff, man. You know you do. In my in the Sleeper League Dynasty, I have Pollard and Zeke, so I got that cuffed there. Now my question is, do I want to go Darnell Mooney? Do I go T.J. Hawkinson? T.J. Hawkinson's on that second end of the tier here of tight ends. You know what? I'm gonna go with Mooney just to get that next wide receiver over here, just as a stash for Hill and Robinson. Mooney's the number 1 in Chicago, even if Chicago sucks. No offense, Shinobi. I know you're from Chicago, but the Bears are trash. There goes Michael Thomas off the board. So it's looking like no offense. Yeah, you know. Yep. Looking like my next pick is around the Devontae Smith range, but there's James Cook. There's my boy right there. I know I'm telling the enemy this right now, but watch out for me going for this guy in those dynasty rookie drafts. It's gonna happen. I got my eyes on James Cook. If you snipe him from me, we're gonna fight. By the way, Justin, did you text your cousin today? Not my wife, the other cousin. It's her birthday. Look at that. Matt Stafford is in my range. We're coming to round 7? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're coming into round 8. If he's there, you know what? Matt Stafford might not be a bad QB to take. I kind of would like Russell Wilson over Matt Stafford. I don't know what your thoughts on that are, but there goes Russell Wilson. And now it's my turn to draft, so I will take. You know what? Let's check the other quarterbacks before I just jump on that. There's Trey Lance there. He's got a decent upside. But yeah, we're going to go with Matt Stafford on that one. Now we're in a position where I still don't want to jump on tight end. I kind of like Allen Lazard. He's going to be the 1 in Green Bay. Ooh, decisions here. You know what? Yeah, we're going to hit Lazard up. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. My wife was telling me in the car, she's like, you know who's going to be in that chat room? I wonder if he even texted his cousin today. I got your back. Oh, defense is getting picked already. But see, if you look over here on the left of the screen, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad. Only 4 of the 12 are auto drafting, and they left the draft already. So that's not terrible. Now, how's my team shaping up? We got Matt Stafford quarterbacking, Tyreek Hill and Allen Robinson. So we got the Ram stack there a little bit. Not really a stack, but we got the connection. Jonathan Taylor, Zeke, J.K. Dobbins, Tony Pollard to handcuff Zeke. We got Darnell Mooney and Allen Lazard. Not bad. So I got 3 more bench spots to snag a tight end, a kicker, and a defense. What's this word on Freiermuth? Dealing with a hamstring injury. That's not what you want to see at the start of the season, but it's only a little hammy. David Montgomery went off. Let's see. I'm scrolling at the bottom right here if you could see. Mandatory Montgomery was drafted. Oh, did it just skip there? Hold on. I'm going to have to search. Show drafted. Okay, it's not showing me Mandatory Montgomery. Let's see, where is he? Here we go. He was drafted 30th overall. So he was the start of the 3rd round, right? 1, 2, yeah, start of the 3rd round. So now Russell Gage is still sitting out there because of that Julio Jones pickup. I don't know where to go at this point, really. You know, there's a lot of 14s, though. I think we're going to take a flyer here with a deep threat just in case. We're going to go MVS. He could get that long ball from Patrick Mahomes, be big. I don't have a tight end yet, so we're going to go grab Hunter Henry. Word on Mac Jones is he's progressed a lot since his rookie year. So Hunter Henry could be another touchdown target for him. You know, he had 9 last year. They're projecting him at 6, but he could be right up there 9, 10 again. I don't know. He's a former Charger. I like him. But yeah, I was interested in Olave here, but this is a rookie wide receiver. He's got Jameis coming out of an injury, and I've already got in this a lot of receivers on week 14 buys. I don't want to jam myself up with that, but I mean, it's a mock draft. It doesn't really matter. And you never want to be just stopping to pick up talent because of a bye week. You're going to be flip-flopping players throughout the season. So what? Maybe you run the table every week, and then week 14 you just punt. You're like, screw it. I'm going to take a loss this week, but I'm only going to take 2 other losses the rest of the season, so why does it matter? Irv Smith, a lot of hype on Irv Smith this year. I don't know if you've heard that or not. But I've got Matt Stafford linking up here with Allen Robinson. I'm not too shy on the idea of picking your quarterback from the Indianapolis Colts, Matty Ice. Not so opposed to that. What do you think about this guy running your team over there on the Colts? This is a halfway decent backup to Matt Stafford. I only got 2 more bench spots in this thing, so I might as well pick up a second quarterback, I guess. It's not really necessary. In 12, you'll find a quarterback out there that you can stream if need be. Quarterback's not a bad position to stream, especially with all the talent. Like, I mean, look at all these quarterbacks that are still left here. Like Lawrence, Matty Ice, Justin Fields, Daniel Jones, Jared Goffel, Jameis Winston, Mac Jones, Tannehill, Carson. Deshaun Watson's not going to play, though. Mariota's even out there. Davis Mills, Baker, Trubisky. Like, there's a whole lot of quarterbacks out there, so you don't really need to carry 2 on the roster. You'll be able to pick someone up if need be. So maybe I don't go Matty Ice. The only reason I would pick him right now is because it's a mock draft, and when they give me my grading, they're going to give me a crap grade because I only got the 1 quarterback. Whatever. Jerks. Derrick Henry. Yeah, Derrick Henry's a monster. He's probably only got another year in him if he makes it throughout the whole year. See, there goes Jameis Winston. Matty Ice is still available. I'm just going to pick him. Why not? And where's my running back room like? So I got Pollard, Zeke, Dobbins, and JT. Isaiah Spiller is a very interesting guy to pick up here. I'm going to go with Spiller. It's a Chargers pick. I know. I get it. Dalvin Cook is good too. But thing with Dalvin Cook is the Vikings have a new offense, and it is not an offense that Dalvin Cook has ever been a part of in his entire life. So the runs that he's going to be dealing with are going to have different blocking packages for him. It's going to be a whole new ball game. And to be honest, Dalvin Cook's never had a fully healthy season where he played all 16 or as in last year 17 games. So he's going to get injured. And do you want a guy who you know is going to get injured and who's playing in a whole new system? I personally don't. So I got no more picks left except defenses and kickers. So let's get the defense first. Obviously, the Chargers are gone. If I want my home team defense this year, I'm going to have to take them early. I know it. The defense is just going to be too nasty. So that's going to be rough. That's for sure going to be a tough one to get a hold of. But honestly, team defense is a shit position also, because you never know what's going to happen. You're basically just picking a defense like, okay, hopefully this defense will get me a touchdown. Hopefully they're playing such a crap team that they'll be able to get a sack fumble and run it back. that's really what comes down to with the defenses. I'm just gonna go for like the highest projected fan points. Yeah, this is Dallas. Baltimore's still up there. But yeah, everyone else down here is starting on the mediocre end. The best thing about like Dallas is they do have a lot of talent on their defense, and they play in the NFC East. The competition's so simple for them. Like they're a cakewalk. You know, they got the Giants, which the Giants are going to be a little bit better. Thoughts on Austin Eckler? You don't want to hear my thoughts on Austin Eckler. That man can do no wrong. Well, let him rock out in the fucking end zone, baby. Let's go. EK all day. Oh, someone took Dallas. It's alright. I'm fine taking Baltimore. I mean, it's a mock draft. They're going to grade me like I did terrible because I don't have 2 defenses and 2 kickers and 2 tight ends. Like, they're just going to say I'm weak in those positions. You're goddamn right I am, because there's... In a real fantasy league, you don't need these double positions. There will be people that pick them. Yeah, if that's your strategy, go for it. I don't see the need. And we're going to pick Dustin Hopkins, too. Get my kicker. Couldn't get my defense, I got my kicker. But if you look at the 2021, let's see. Daniel Carlson obviously did work. Where was he? Tucker, of course, Nick Folk. Boswell was still out there, could have got him, but he's going to be on a non-awesome offense. You don't want to get a kicker on an offense that's going to stutter. Or sputter, I should say. And it's also nice to get a kicker who's kicking in a dome. Now, the SoFi Stadium is not a dome. It is technically open. But you're not catching breeze through there. Not at all. Sorry, had to read the text. But, yep, looks like the draft completed out. You were at the Super Bowl, dude? That's crazy. But where is it? Yeah, Dustin Hopkins. He finished off, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He was 10th overall in kickers. Not bad. And I don't even, was he even with the Chargers at the start of the season? I don't think he was. He could have been. I don't recall. But, yeah, if you're just tuning in, we just finished off the first mock draft. We were drafting from the number 1 spot. Obviously, we led off with Jonathan Taylor. If you want to see, this is how it went round by round. First round, I jumped off with Jonathan Taylor. Second pick overall went Austin Eckler. Third went Cooper Kupp. And then fourth came Christian McCaffrey. Fifth was Derrick Henry. Justin Jefferson came in 6th overall. Dalvin Cook was 7. Najee Harris 8. Jamar Chase 9. Stephon Diggs 10. Devontae Adams 11. And Joe Mixon and Nick Chubb was double tapped by the guy drafted in 12th. Well, yeah, Super Bowl tickets are in the thousands of dollars. Travis Kelce, second of the second round, he went. And, yep, Joe Mixon. You got Aaron Jones then went, DeAndre Swift, CeeDee Lamb, Javonte Williams, Mike Evans, and Saquon, all ahead of Debo, Leonard Fournette, and you got Mark Andrews, another tight end went. Tyreek Hill was me, and I double tapped back with Zeke. Came Kamara, and then so on and so forth went that draft. So let's see my standings here. So they're, by score wise, they're placing me in 5th overall. A whole lot, almost, what was it, 340 points, 350 points behind Deborah. Oh, Deborah. Um, but that stuff's skewed. Like, let's see, her tight end position, she's looking at 234 points because she has Darren Waller and Gesicki. Waller's not going to get as much work as he did 2 years ago. You got Devontae Adams in town, Hunter Renfrow over there. Darren Waller's not going to get work like that. He's going to be a force for sure, but he ain't going to do it like that. And Mike Gesicki's, he had 128 points last. He actually had more points than Waller, but Waller was injured. But Gesicki only had 2 touchdowns. Like, that's that tight end thing. They're going 3 for 30 yards, and hopefully they get a touchdown. But you got Waddle and Hill. Mike Gesicki's going to be blocking. That's not happening. I don't know. What do you guys think on that? How do you think Mike Gesicki's going to be doing work with Miami, Tua? Then you got, let's see. So in the QB category, I'm almost at the top there. I have Matty Ice and Matt Stafford. Matty Ice was just pick him. Why not? It's a mock draft, so it doesn't really count. But I want to try to put a team together that's like I'm doing a real draft, I guess. But I probably for sure could have. Definitely could have waited on a quarterback. Didn't have to rush on that pick. But give me 1 second, folks. I have to be right back in un momento, por favor. 1 second. All right, we're back. We made it. Yeah, so that's how the draft went. Wide receivers, middle of the pack. Running back, yeah. NFL teams are Titans, Chargers. Chargers the best team. Steelers suck. And main ones, the Chiefs. Fuck the Chiefs. You ain't no football fan if you support all these teams. Pick a damn team. Stop lying. You grew up watching the Chicago Bears. You're just ashamed to call them your team. We all understand. I get it. But let's refresh this page. We're going to jump into another draft. My score went up. Let's see. Let's check out the mock draft report card from that. So they gave me an A- on that draft. My weakness, QB, tight end, defense, and kicker. These threes because I only had one. Strengths, running back, flex, and my bench. That's how it is. That's how you want to draft. You don't want to fill your bench with quarterbacks and kickers and tight ends and defense. You pick up the one, something happens, you pick up another. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time just stacking kickers on your bench. Get your kicker that you rock with. When they hit their bye week, you either drop your kicker, or if they're one of the top like 5-6 kickers, you find someone else on your roster to drop for the week. Or if you're lucky enough, you get, well, not so much lucky, but you get someone that goes on IR and you slot them into that spot, and you just pick up a secondary kicker for that week and you drop them the next week. But let's jump into another 12-teamer, and we're looking for the second spot this time. Last draft we ran in the first position. Now we're going to start from number 2. You watch all kinds of teams. You can't pick one. That's a cop-out, dude. That's a full-blown cop-out. You're not a football fan. You got to choose a team. You can't just be like, oh, I like this team. I like that team. I like this team, but I really like their rival. What the hell is that shit? No, sir. Pick a team, ride or die with them. So don't get me wrong. Like, I like the Packers and all, but the Chargers are my team. Like, period. Chargers Nation, baby. Bolt up. What's up? Colts are the only way to go? I don't know about that. What else? Who else is up in this chat? What are your teams? Who's your favorite football team? Shit, who's your favorite baseball, basketball team? Hockey's the Devils, baby. Devils Nation. Let's go. Fuck the Rangers. But when it comes down to football, it's Chargers all day. We're taking that Super Bowl this year, baby. It's unfortunate to say it because it has to stay there, but that Lombardi Trophy's staying in L.A. Sucks the other L.A. team won it, but it is staying in L.A., baby. Let's go. Chargers. But yeah, we're gonna get this off. It's gonna start in just a minute. And it's going to be an interesting decision on who I take second overall. Now, past few years, all my drafts, I'm pretty sure, yeah, even drafting later in the rounds, I end up taking a running back first. But now that I'm drafting second, do I go for Cooper Kupp? I don't know. Herbert MVP odds, yeah, those odds look pretty good. Herbert can snag that MVP for sure. He's got definitely a clear opportunity for it. Your favorite baseball team's definitely the Yankees. Basketball team's the Bulls. Oh man, you're a Derrick Rose Bulls fan. You weren't even there for Jordan. Jordan made people Bulls fans. Football team, you got to do some research. All right, no doubt. Oh, draft room's loading. Yeah, no, regression has to be on the way for Cooper Kupp. Last season was incredible. Like, even same thing with Jamar Chase. I think there's got to be some regression with Jamar Chase. What did he put up, like the 50-some points in that one game, which like screwed me entirely? Like, you know, those two guys definitely got some regression coming their way. Justin Jefferson, on the other hand, he might have some positive regression. I guess you would say progression. Oh, boo. You're a fair weather fan. Boo. How do you say I was a major Dallas Cowboys fan, but they suck lately, so I'm not? Get the hell out of here, man. Thick or thin, ride or die. You know how hard it is being a Chargers fan all these years, just like stabbing in the heart. Just what? We have never won a Super Bowl. We've been to what, 2 Super Bowls, I think, in the history of the team. Have we? No, was it one? One or two? Agreed. I don't think Zeke's finished. I think Zeke's worn down, but I don't think he's finished. I think he's still got another year and a half in him, and then it's time to go. Cowboys are probably going to cut ties with him after that. They just got to get over the hump with his contract, so that way they don't just have to pay him to not play him. But, yeah, Steelers and Eagles fans are definitely horrible too. But I'll agree with you. Dallas is the worst fan base for me. Actually, with a close second, New England. So I used to hate Tom Brady and New England, and then Tom Brady went to Tampa, and it's just like something changed, and you automatically just want to love Tom Brady. I used to hate Brady in New England. I hate all Boston sports anyway, so fuck those stupid Red Sox. Fuck the Celtics. Fuck the Bruins. What else is in Boston? Who cares? The only thing good out of Boston is the Dropkick Murphys. But yeah, Philly fans of all Philly teams are just nasty people. I don't understand why. The city of brotherly love. All their sports fans are just nasty. I don't get it. You'll take a loss, you're still going to ride with the Cowboys. You were saying you're a big Chiefs fan. No. Alright, so I'm going to do it here. You see what I'm doing here? I'm doing it. But Eckler's right. You know what? No. After hearing Coach talk today about Eckler, he was saying Eckler's in the best shape of his life. Obviously, everyone's in the best shape of their life at the beginning of camp. But the way he was talking was that he's not losing his role. If anything, his role is going to do more stuff. I can't not do Eckler. I am not going to lie. With that second draft pick overall, I do kind of want to take that chance on CMC. I know it's just been injury-prone years, but I've got a good feeling about it. You gotta... I'm not going to say competent quarterback in Baker over there now, but at least Baker doesn't see ghosts, and he gives it his all. The guy's playing with, like, a destroyed shoulder and played the whole season. But please do. Yeah, you want me to draft CMC? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if CMC stays healthy, he's that number 2 pick, man. For sure. But we might be landing on Juggernaut Javonte here. That might happen with our second pick. Not a bad team up of the AFC West running backs with Eckler and Javonte. Not too shabby coming out of the second spot on a draft. But we'll see what happens when we get there, because everyone likes to take running backs anyway, so I'm pretty sure Javonte is not going to be there for me. So I do have to start eyeing up a second pick, which if we're going to go for it, I mean, the next running back, I don't want to do Zeke again. I really don't want to take Cam Akers. I'm hesitant with Montgomery and Gibson. I like Kamara a lot, but are they going to suspend him, and when? Taking him with your third, I mean, yeah, with your second or third pick. Yeah, he's about in the third range at this point. That's a scary thing. Your third pick just gets suspended for 6 games. It's not unheard of to come back from it, but, like, it's going to be a battle. If Debo falls, I'm jumping on Debo here. That's guarantee. I mean, there's running backs I could try to come back to later on. Like Damian Harris here. They're saying Ramondre Stevenson's catching a lot of passes in camp right now. It's early. It's Bill Belichick. But Damian Harris looks like the front runner for those early down carries. Baker gets too much hate. He'll make shitty Cleveland regret that. Yeah. I don't hate on Baker too much. I do think he's got some talent, but I think he does make a lot of bad decisions out there. Yeah, you're enjoying the fantasy stream? Nice. It's always good to get away from Fortnite for a little bit. But yeah, the suspension's coming with Kamara. It's just when are they going to call it out? Same thing with fucking Deshaun Watson. They're going to suspend him. Like, they're going to. It's just a matter of how long it's going to be and when the hell are they going to announce it. Jesus. Like, come on. NFL, get your shit together. You've had so much time to go over all this stuff and you still haven't given word to people, let alone fans, the teams, the player. Now, with my second pick, if playoff Lenny comes up, with the wide receiver depth that's out there, I'm going to jump on playoff Lenny. I really don't care he showed up to camp a little chubby. Brady's going to hand him that ball, and he's going to pound that shit up. Of course, there he goes. So now we have tough decisions. Mike Evans right there, but Brady just lost Jensen. I don't know, 225 on it. He had 14 touchdowns. There's going to be regression there. That's the thing. Pittman's going to be awesome. I'm going to go with Pittman here. I'm going to take Pittman on that one. I do like DJ Moore, though. Lenny is fat. There you go. I took your boy. I took Pittman. But now, I do want to shore Eckler up with another running back. And if I do take David Montgomery, that means I'm going to have to handcuff him later with Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert was pretty nasty last year when he came in to fill in for Montgomery. Yep, someone just took mandatory Montgomery right before me. So now, I think I'm going to go with Mark Andrews, actually. We're going to jump early on this tight end. It's a little unorthodox, but I like it because he's basically a top receiver for Lamar Jackson. Hi, Ariana. You have cake all over your face. Yeah, you got cake all over your face. My niece came to say hi. Really? Go get Titi. Kids are cute. Yeah, man. Reliable Andrews. Got him in that sleeper dynasty. I'm set for tight end. He's going to put up points for me, let me tell you. And, so we're looking down in this range here for when it comes back around to me. Kind of like in Cortland Sutton. I'm going to have to grab another running back also. I don't know if I go for A.J. Dillon. I mean, A.J. Dillon is strong just standalone, even though he's the number 2 in Green Bay. But Damian Harris, he had those 15 rushing touchdowns. He's clearly the guy on the goal line. I thought that study clause in Lamar Jackson's contract was hilarious. And now the Cardinals are just backpedaling, trying to say, really? The Cardinals they're done. Kingsbury and the GM, they're gonna be gone after this year. Kyler Murray was a mistake. They should have let him go to the Athletics and play baseball. I mean, he is good. He's got an arm and he can run, but he refuses to run now, which is part of what makes him good, is that he can run. But he gets injured when he runs because he's not smart, because he doesn't watch tape, so he doesn't know what the hell he's doing out there. But I do think that was funny that they had that in there. Did you see the meme of him with like a gaming headset on at the computer, and it was typed out like, "All right, guys, I don't have to do my homework anymore. We could play another round." Yo, that shit had me rolling. But yeah, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do the work. He's like, I'm talented. I could do this. So he doesn't want to win a Super Bowl. He just wants to collect a paycheck. That's it. Like, yeah, he wants to win games, but he doesn't want to put the extra effort in to win the games. So, yeah, RG3 is gonna have. He's gonna have that type of career. But like AJ Dillon is the clear number 2 to Aaron Jones. ETN's off the board. There's Damian Harris here. I'm possibly going Damian Harris. If not, I'll be taking J.K. Dobbins if he's still there. Yeah, Dobbins says he's ready. He knows how his body feels, but the surgeon who did the operation is telling him, like, no, you need more time. If you go out there now, you're just going to tear something, and it's going to be downhill from there. Yeah, man, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Have a good workout. We'll see you next time. Josh Jacobs, I'm trying to stay away from. I think they're trying to phase him out, to be honest. I don't want to put my chips in that basket with Josh Jacobs. But J.K. Dobbins, you know the Ravens are going to be running that ball. Whether it's Lamar or with J.K. I mean, Gus Edwards is out there too. Gus Edwards is going to get work. But the question is, do I want to double up J.K. Dobbins and Mark Andrews on Baltimore? Not opposed to it. Elijah Mitchell will be interesting. But what are they going to do with Trey Sermon out there in San Francisco now? They drafted him high last year, and they didn't even use him. I don't know. But I like Damian Harris. I like him to be a little workhorse guy. I'm not going to front on that. I think we're going to take him. I think I'm going to go for Damian Harris. What do you think? Yeah, Sermon's trash pile. Yeah, we're going to go with Damian Harris on this one. We got the pass catching extraordinaire, and we got the early ground and pound guy who can catch passes. Just they're going to use Ramondre Stevenson in the pass game. Now coming back around, I believe it is time to get another tight end. All these solid quarterbacks are going to go by the time it's my pick again. But Brady will be out there. Dak, Russ. So when it comes back around to me, I mean, maybe Cousins will be out there. Trey Lance will be out there still. Get a running guy. Someone just drafted. Ugh. You know what? It's a weird thing. I could have taken Mahomes. I could have taken Herbert. But I'm going to pair Lamar with Mark Andrews. We're going to try for that Ravens stack on that end. Interesting, because that means instead of Harris, I could have just gone J.K. Dobbins and Lamar, but then I've got so many chips in a Ravens basket. You know Lamar Jackson's going to be throwing to Andrews, so you're going to be grabbing double touchdown points on that often this season. It's probably the only reason why I would go Lamar Jackson over Mahomes or Herbert. Just because I had Mark Andrews. If it wasn't for that stackability, I would not be grabbing Lamar at all. But Lamar's also in that contract year, you know. He doesn't have an agent either. He's his own agent. So he's about to show Baltimore why they need to pay him a ridiculous amount of money. So now when it comes back around to me, we'll see where we're going. I gotta go for another receiver. Wide receiver is deep, but at some point I gotta jump back onto that train. Can't believe we're only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds in. My team looks like that. It's there's a lot of upside, not gonna lie. From what I'm seeing on my team, looks like a lot of upside is the way I've gone from the number 2 spot. If I'm lucky enough, Juju's going to fall back to me. Like I was saying before, I'm kind of up on Juju this year. I haven't been the past few years, but I think I'm back on the Juju train. But where I've been drafting from at the beginning of the order, Juju's just not making it to me, and I'm not reaching for him. But I do believe he can have a really strong year with Mahomes. Absolutely can. There goes Gabriel Davis. So when Juju doesn't make it back to me, excuse me, I don't want to go Amari Cooper. Jacoby Brissett throwing him in the ball, not interested. I don't want to go Amon-Ra St. Brown either, to be honest. I like Thielen. Thielen's that touchdown target. I know they got Irv Smith in there, but Cousins knows how to throw Thielen a touchdown pass. So Thielen's not a terrible option there. There's a lot of touchdowns coming his way, I hope. But he's getting older, so he's not going to be doing too much. He's still Fortnite dance boy. Listen, I thought the same thing. I was not in on Juju at all. And then I pulled up his stats, his actual stats for the past few years. When he plays a full season, he's a top 20 wide receiver. As my second wide receiver, I guess technically third since Mark Andrews is like a wide receiver, I'm fine with Juju being a top 20 guy and drafting him in the 6th round. I could live with that. Even Bateman's got high expectations. But really, the Vikings GM called out Kirky. Well, Kirky's just mediocre. He could throw the ball, but he's mediocre, man. He'll have what, like 12 rushing yards on the season? But 2 picks until my turn. So it's I'm either getting Juju, or I guess I would take Amari Cooper. I really wouldn't want to, but I could take Thielen. Nope, Juju it is. I'm happy to get Juju, personally. I don't believe the hype in Amon-Ra. I don't know why. Lions are going to surprise a lot of people this year, let me tell you. They seem to be rallying up behind one second. I gotta actually make a pick here. Do I go with Penny? Do I go with Thielen here? I'm going to go with Thielen there just for the Vikings are going to be airing that ball out a lot. So Thielen might just be getting peppered with targets. Obviously, Justin Jefferson is going to be taking all the work, but I'm going to go with Thielen on that one. Coming up next, too, he probably won't be there. What are your thoughts on Michael Thomas? I don't like it too much, but I think he can do some work with Jameis. Fields' second-year leap is coming. I think Fields can have a decent year. For where he gets drafted, I don't know. Yeah, you got to see something before touching Thomas, but someone took him already. But you can't. I mean, what happens if he comes back and he's on point and he's on fire? You didn't draft him because you wanted to see first, so you got to wait till next year, and maybe next year he sucks. Sometimes you gotta take the risk for it. I don't know. But now, coming back around, I got a double tap here. Oh, almost a double tap. What's going to be around for me? Mooney is interesting. Mooney's got a lot of hype. I don't know if I like all the hype. I feel like it's a setup for failure. But this is actually pretty good. We're deep in this draft and only one person's left out from it. That's not bad. So we're actually getting real picks. But now, what I could do, someone just took Buffalo's defense. I could do something to try and grab the Chargers defense here. I'm not going to grab a second quarterback now. But now, I don't want to jump on Ayuk. Ayuk had a lot of hype last year, and it didn't produce too much. Oh, someone just took DeAndre Hopkins. Where do I want to go? I don't want to go with Russell Gage. Devontae Smith isn't a bad option. I heard Jalen Hurts is having a rough day yesterday or today at camp. But with A.J. Brown in town, that might just open the lane up for Devontae Smith a lot. He might be a deep threat kind of guy. Rojo's trash. Don't touch Rojo. You don't want those problems in your life. Who's another suspension guy? I mean, you know what? I'm going to go with Devontae Smith here. And I think on the way back around, just because I want to get my hands on him, I'm going to do it. I'm going to draft the Chargers. Yeah, Hurts does have a... Oh, yeah, D-Hop's suspended 6 games. But when he comes back, he's going to be Kyler's safety valve. Which, someone took Marlon Mack there. Which Kyler's going to need. But that's why in the Sleeper Dynasty, I do have A.J. Green. So, getting the tail end of his career, but at the beginning of the season... Yeah, I know. Hurts kills his value for sure. But Devontae Smith was their number one receiver really last year. You make A.J. Brown that guy that they're watching, plus Dallas Goedert out there, Devontae Smith has the opportunity to fly down that field and get open. I know Hurts sucks, but you get a guy sprinting to the open, any quarterback in the NFL is going to get him that ball at least once or twice. It's not like it's just he sucks, he'll never hit him. He'll hit him. He's an NFL quarterback. He's not the best of them, and all his value is with his legs, but there will be touchdowns out of there. For sure, there will be. I mean, Smith had 5 receiving touchdowns on 916 yards last year. Yeah, A.J. Brown, he's gonna command respect from the defense, even if he's injured and not what he used to be. Now, Jamal Williams is interesting. He's not. You can't even consider him to be a handcuff to DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift left from injuries last year, and Jamal Williams only ended up with 3 touchdown runs. He only had 150 receiving yards, 600 rushing yards. You don't want to deal with Jamal Williams for sure. Now, Robert Woods is out in Tennessee. What's the word here on Chase Claypool? Leaves practice with an arm injury. There you go. Woohoo. Drake London's going to be big. Besides Kyle Pitts, he's the only one Atlanta has to throw the ball to. I don't want to go MVS because I don't want to be too tied into that Chiefs offense. I might end up... I don't know, I already have my tight end with Mark Andrews. I don't need to pluck another random 3 for 30 guy. Woods is... yeah, I'm not big on Woods. It's more so because of Tannehill that I'm not big on Woods. Yeah, I feel the same way about Robert Woods. It's just always just like there, you know. He doesn't do bad, but not someone I'm interested in targeting. Especially last year, like he didn't do much. And he was with the Rams. He got injured last year, I'm pretty sure. I think that's what the problem was. But Russell Gage, at this point in the draft, Russell Gage might not be too bad. Julio isn't going to play a full season. He's probably going to be more of a decoy out there. Tom Brady likes to throw to vets and all, but Tom Brady lobbied to get Russell Gage into town. He's going to throw him the ball. Yeah, I know Julio throws a little wrench into that equation, but Russell Gage is going to get that ball. He's going to play that Antonio Brown role. And obviously he's no Antonio Brown, but Russell Gage is talented. For sure. So let's see if he falls to us. Let's see if that happens. And after that, where do I go? What's my team looking like? I'll have a few bench spots left. So wide receivers, we're looking at Pittman, Juju, Thielen, Devontae Smith. And then if we get him, Russell Gage. I only have Eckler and Harris at the running backs. So we're kind of like at that point of if we were to gone 0 RB, where we would be scrambling to get running backs at this point. Michael Carter wouldn't be a terrible choice. He's going to get phased out in that role, though. He's going to be the pass catcher in New York. But what else is out there? Nyheim Hines isn't bad. He's going to have some work, too. Don't think Jonathan Taylor's just going to take everything in that run game. But we're going to take Russell Gage there. I'm up next. Let's see what running backs are left out here. Dameon Pierce isn't bad. You said Marlon Mack in Houston, but Dameon Pierce is a decent. Tyler Algier could be good. Like I said, I like Isaiah Spiller. He's actually going to be someone to be a good handcuff to Eckler, and he's going to work with Eckler. They're gonna grow him into the situation. But for now, I think I will take Michael Carter. Got that 1 year in. He'll be all right for a little bit. Oh, Kadarius Toney. That's an interesting one there. Reports on camp are saying that he's doing pretty well. He stays healthy. I think Kadarius Toney could have a real good season if he stays healthy. I got him in the Sleeper Dynasty, too. I have Galladay in the Dynasty League. But on this bench at this point, I think I'm going to try and grab a quarterback for one spot. Probably a secondary tight end. Might grab Irv Smith. I don't know. Don't know if I really want to. Maybe. Yeah, I don't really know. Where do you think I should go with this next pick? Like my team's Lamar, Michael Pittman, Juju, Eckler, Damian Harris, Mark Andrews, Thielen, Chargers defense, Devontae Smith, Russell Gage, Michael Carter. feel like I need to grab another running back. But, like, who would it be? Sky Moore is off the board. Sky Moore is another guy, a name to look after, for sure. Jacoby Myers. Meh. He's talented. With Mac Jones getting better, they're saying. Should work out a lot better in his favor at that point. I don't know, Galladay or Tony. I'd rather have Tony than Galladay, to be honest. I feel like Galladay's too old and injured, where Tony's just too young and injured. I don't know. I'm really at a loss here. Like Jarvis wouldn't be a terrible pick as a possession guy, a PPR guy. But then again, I still don't want to pick him. I'd rather have Olave than Jarvis. Even though he's a rookie. He's going to be fresh. Am I missing something? Yeah, someone took Kadarius Toney. Look at that. We're in an interesting spot at this moment in time for the draft. What do you think? Do I take Justin Fields to back up Lamar Jackson? I'm sitting here with these running quarterbacks. I think I do that. I think I just stack up these running quarterbacks. It's not necessary, but there's upside there and there's trade value in it. Hey, what's up, WizTech? How you doing? You play fantasy football? So we got 4 picks until it's my turn again. I really don't know at this point in the draft, like, what to pick up. Oh, you're in a sleeper league right now? Dude, how awesome is the sleeper app? I love it. Like, Yahoo's my thing and all. Like, it's most people's thing. It's easy. But I definitely think Sleeper is top notch when it comes to a fantasy app. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, right? Oh, it's so seamless. Like, it shows you everything you need to know. It ranks everyone for you. Sleeper's an awesome app for sure. Definitely a big fan. Have a Dynasty League on the Sleeper app. I have a Dynasty League on the Yahoo app too, and comparing them, Sleeper's the way to go, for sure. It's so smooth and really gets you the info you're looking for. So who's your favorite football team? As you can see, Chargers. Oh man, these people are dropping out at this point because it's only a mock draft, so filling out these final rounds of it are just kind of like a chore. But it's a chore you got to do if you want to make that full roster. Alright, we're going to take Justin Fields. And no, Gainwell's got a lot of buzz right now, but I'm not interested. What do I got left? I got a kicker and 2 bench spots. I could take Irv Smith. I could wait on that. I don't need to. A lot of hype on Corey Davis coming up. The streamer I'm in the league said my team was 8 or 9 out of 10. Yeah, you can't usually go by what did I just draft? I drafted Justin Fields. I'm gonna go with Kenny Galladay here. We're gonna go for upside with this new little beefed up Giants offensive line. But you can never go by what the app gives you as a grade, because they're basing everything off numbers. They're not really basing things off the intangibles, like what system a team's gonna run, or who the backups are, how's the offense gonna happen. They just like to see, like, oh, okay, so you picked 2 quarterbacks, so you're projected for 600 points. Where if you only pick the 1 quarterback, you're projected for 350 points. And it's like, it doesn't add up, because you're not playing 2 quarterbacks each week unless you're in a 2 QB league. Daniel Carlson probably is still up. Actually, I don't think so. Harrison Butker went. Derek Carr. There's no way Matt Gay. Is that McPherson? Yep, nope. Carlson was the 111th pick. So he was what? The start of the 11th round? So yeah, Carlson got taken. Not too worried about it. Kickers or whatever. I mean, yeah, he was the best kicker last year. Don't get me wrong. But let's see what this difference is, right? So look, like Nick Folk in New England, I had him on a lot of teams. He was 3 points behind Carlson, and he's still out there. The only benefit on Carlson over Folk is that Carlson's kicking in a dome half the season. So you don't have to deal with that wind factor, that cold factor. But Nick Folk is a monster anyway. So just look at the extra point difference. Carlson was kicking a lot of field goals. That's where that difference came. And even so, Folk was 1 shy on the 40s, 1 shy on the 30s, 1 shy on the 20s, 1 shy in the 50 pluses, and he had 12 more extra points. So you want a team that's going to be in that red zone often. Even Boswell, Justin Tucker, Matt Gay's in a dome, Greg Joseph's in a dome, but I'm not going to worry about kicker at this point. It's a kicker. You could get guys that are close enough, and I get it. Like 174 points is a big difference from that 150 points. I mean, that's 20 points. So if you average that out, you're talking like 1 extra point on average per week. You don't need it. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it will be that game changer for you in a fantasy week. Other times, most of the time, that 1 point average is not going to make or break you. You don't need to rush on a kicker. Save it for last. Fill your bench up with depth players that are going to come in and just, when you have that bye week, they're going to crush it for you. They're going to be that guy who gets you 6 catches and hopefully a touchdown, or like 6 for 60. That's giving you, what, 12 points? If they get a touchdown, they're giving you 18, right? Am my math right? I don't know. I'm starting to lose it. But go for the bench depth. You don't... Oh, I'm doing fan points right now. There we go. I was wondering where my pick line was to let me see what's around. I guess I could get a backup tight end for the sake of the computer system telling me you didn't get enough points in this category because you only have 1 tight end to get that BS mock grade. Why is Irv Smith Jr. Oh, so I'm on 21 total. Okay, projected 2022. Irv Smith's still out there. I know I got Adam Thielen, but I could take Irv Smith. People are high on him. Hey, what's up, Asian Diva? How you doing? Yeah, man. Fantasy football. Let's go. It's draft season. Minute. I have Logan Thomas in my dynasty. He's backing up Kyle Pitts, so that's nice. Oh, there goes Irv Smith. So I don't want Higbee at all. Chargers are talking Gerald Everett being like a blocker, but I'm gonna go with the hometown team here. We're gonna be a homer. We're gonna get Gerald Everett. Why not? And now we'll just sit and wait on the kickers and end this draft out. Yep, there goes Nick Folk a couple picks ago. Really doesn't matter who's going to be your kicker. Preseason for you starts next? What do you mean preseason for you starts next week? Oh, it's my turn to draft. They're going to be airing the ball out in Minnesota. I kind of like Greg Joseph because of the dome, but I'm a Chargers fan. We're going to go with my Chargers kicker. That's inevitable. I can't not do that. It's my team. I'm going to the Super Bowl, baby. Fuck the Steelers. Sorry. I had to do it. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, man, what I don't get preseason starts for you next Thursday? Oh. Well, yeah, the preseason next Thursday. Not this coming, the next one. Yeah, right? A first match. Oh, so you're having preseason matches for your fantasy? That, like, actually count towards the season? No. That can't be. Starting players don't even play in the preseason. What's, When's the Hall of Fame game? August 12th. Oh, week 1 games start August 11th. So that is... Oh, it doesn't count. It's just kind of like warm-up match, I guess. Yeah, August 11th, 12th. That's when the first preseason game starts. Oh, we're getting so close to football. Oh, I can't wait. And draft complete. So now, this was drafting out of the number 2 spot. Let's check out what they gave me as a rank of my standings. 7. But I'm only 200 some points out from first place. This is not bad. That's because first place has a little more on receiver. I have more on quarterback. They've got a lot more in running back. I don't want to say drop the ball on running back, but who's this guy got anyway? Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery. Jonathan Taylor, number 1 overall. So that means this was the guy that picked first. I picked second. He got Elijah Mitchell just under my nose. He took Marlon Mack too, which Marlon Mack's going to be up and down. So I'm not worried about that standing that they gave him. That's irrelevant. Tight ends, I was close to the top because I picked 2. You don't need 2 tight ends. Kickers, I'm at the bottom because I only picked 1. Again, you only need 1 kicker. This guy actually only picked 1 kicker too. Defense, I'm at the bottom because I only picked 1. Like this team, they got Buffalo and Philly. You're only playing 1 team defense, and when it comes to team defense, it's a coin toss. You don't know who's going to get that touchdown. It's just random. You want to pick the better team so that way you it happens more often if you're lucky. That's why I jumped on the Chargers, because their edge rushing is going to be ridiculous this year, and the secondary is going to be on point. Chargers defense is going to be a problem. We're going to that Super Bowl. I'm telling you. We're going to that Super Bowl. But yeah, so they ranked me down at 7th. I'm not worried about it because draft's only half the battle. It's not even half the battle. It's only a third of the battle. Fantasy football drafts, you got your draft, you got your management, and you got all the fucking luck in the world. That's what you need to win these fantasy leagues. That's what it is luck. If you're just tuning in, this was the second draft from the number 2 position. Or the first draft from the number 2 position, but the second draft of the stream. And I don't mind the way my team kind of came out. Made a little interesting decisions, but I got Lamar Jackson at the helm. Got Michael Pittman. He's going to be the number 1 in Indy. Behind that O-line, Matty Ice is going to get him that ball. Juju, I'm a little higher on Juju than I have been the last few years. Juju's going to have a good season ahead of him for sure. Mahomes is going to get him that ball. And yeah, so long as he's not doing fucking TikTok dances on other teams' logos, he'll be all right. My man, Austin Eckler, he was the number 1 pick of the draft. Matched him up with Damian Harris. So I got a pass-catching extraordinaire alongside the early down guy in New England. There's talk right now Ramondre Stevenson is all pass catcher. So Damian Harris is going to be that early down and goal line guy. I mean, he had, 15 rushing touchdowns last year. There's probably going to be a little bit of regression there, but I think he'll still hit double digits. I paired Lamar Jackson up to Mark Andrews. That's his number 1 target. I know they got Rashad Bateman, wide receiver. Yep, nope, take your time. I'll be here. Mark Andrews is the fucking guy in Baltimore. Let's just face it. Picked up Adam Thielen also. Minnesota's going to be moving towards a more pass-heavy offense. I know Thielen's getting up in age, but he is going to be a red zone threat. Justin Jefferson's going to move that ball, stretch the field. Thielen's going to be scoring touchdowns off the goal line. Irv Smith will be too at tight end, but Thielen's the guy you're looking for. Dustin Hopkins, it's a kicker who's pretty much kicking in a dome on a team that's got a strong offense that will be in the red zone, if not field goal territory, often. He's not going to be getting too many extra points because the Chargers are on a go-for-it mentality, which I like. They're going to be going for 2 a lot. They're going for 4th down a lot. Dustin Hopkins isn't going to get too many extra points, but he will get field goals. When they're 4th and 13, when that happens, they might go for it, but they will kick for it a lot of the times. When they get close enough, depending on game situation, they're going to go for the points. Guaranteed points like that, Dustin Hopkins kick, they'll be doing it. Los Angeles Chargers defense, like I said, is going to be great. Then down on the bench, I'm picking up that real upside play of Devontae Smith. A.J. Brown's going to be taking a lot of targets. He'll get open. Russell Gage, Tom Brady lobbied to get him in there, and then all of a sudden they signed Julio Jones. Russell Gage is going to get work because Julio Jones is not going to play all 17 games. He'll play like 8. Russell Gage will do work. Michael Carter was just there as a running back to get some depth on my bench because I literally have no running backs. Eckler and Harris, that was it. He was just a guy to get in the position that could be used. Fields just to back up Lamar. Another running quarterback's nice. If you're going with a running quarterback, you might as well back him up with a running quarterback. I don't know. You could go safe and draft like a Kirk Cousins who's going to throw the ball a lot, but he will throw a lot of interceptions too. Picked up Kenny Golladay as a flyer. If he stays healthy, he will put up points. And Gerald Everett just to be a backup tight end. So let's go back to this draft room here. Let's see what sort of grade they gave me. Let's check out the report cards. So I got a B+. This B at the bottom here, that was from yesterday when I was just testing things out on the computer to make sure everything in the stream would run smoothly. This A- was what happened when I drafted out of the first spot. And right now my strengths are quarterback and tight end, which is nonsense because you're only going to be playing the one quarterback and the one tight end. Every other tight end is a 3 for 30 guy, and you're lucky if you get a touchdown. weaknesses is my flex, wide receiver, and kicker. I think my wide receiver is actually decent on this team that we just went through. And the flex is just wide receivers because I have no running back depth. But let's go back to this mock draft room. We're going to hit up one more. We're going to draft from the 3rd spot, and that's going to be it for the night. These go off in 4 minutes, so let's just join this one. I'm in the 3rd spot here. We're going to see how this one goes. Definitely starting to get a little tired. Not going to lie. Staring at the screen, just draft. Just watching all the names go by. It's tough going back to back. That's why you always want to schedule your fantasy drafts like one per night if you can. What I tend to do is if I have a draft that night and I get a chance, I'll try to do a best ball draft beforehand just to get the juices flowing, get myself in that position that, like, all right, drafting. These guys are going here. These guys are going there. Best ball is going to be a little different from your home league, but it's good practice. It's a good warm-up. Give me 2 seconds. I need a water. All this talking getting me parched. Thanks for holding on. Hope I wasn't gone long. Delicious. Love some water. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we're going to be drafting from the 3rd spot in a mock draft. So they really mean nothing at this point. It's just for practice. Trying to just get a feel for what's happening from what position. See which ones I like drafting out of the best. And so when the drafts that matter come about, I can know what to expect from each spot. So if I know, I'll find out like 30 minutes before the draft kicks off, I'm going to be drafting in the 9 spot in a 12-team league. I kind of know what my makeup, what is going to look like, who's going to be around at what points of the draft, so I could kind of gauge somewhat of a strategy. You never want to go in blind. It's a good idea to like make your own rankings on people opposed to the ADP, the average draft position that they have up there. Just so that way you can pivot when you need to. I tend to like just do a lot of on the fly stuff, which probably hurtful in more of a way, but I do draft a lot when it comes down to the season. I mean, I think I'm only in like 6 only. I'm not a professional, so 6 for regular people is probably a lot of leagues. For other people, it's not. Some people it is. For me, 6 is a good amount to juggle. And I've done more. I don't really like doing more than 6 because you just get tied up with everything. It's like, okay, this team. Did I check that team? What about this team? Who's on this team? And then the downfall of doing a lot of leagues is your teams, some tend to be similar in some aspects, others tend to be so different. And then say your top 2 teams, you got these guys on this squad and those guys on that squad, and then you're going against each guy from each team elsewhere, and you're just like, fuck. It's like, I need Tyreek Hill to get me 2 touchdowns, but I also need Tyreek Hill to fall off a cliff and die. Not literally, obviously. But, so that's the downside of doing many, many leagues. Yeah, trying to get my neck to crack here. We got this last draft for the night, and let's hope I can stay awake for it all. Definitely getting a little tired. But it's fantasy football draft season, baby. Let's go. Just can't wait for the season to start. So we're drafting from number 3. I know Cooper Kupp's up here. Austin Eckler's probably not going to be there for me. He could be, though, so we could end up with Eckler again, just like that last draft. Or I could pivot and go Christian McCaffrey. Kind of in on CMC this year. I know I shouldn't be. It's probably a bad move, but it is what it is. You can't be right all the time, but you got to take a chance. What if he is? What if he's back to being Christian McCaffrey, number 1 fantasy player this year, and you just didn't want to take him 3rd overall or 4th overall, wherever he falls to, because you're like, oh, Christian McCaffrey, he's going to be hurt, and then he just comes out like fucking Superman and just destroys shit. Do you really want to take that chance? You'll probably lose to the guy who drafted CMC. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's definitely going first in every draft that I've seen. That's the consensus number 1 overall, period. If he doesn't go first overall, someone's just being a jerk and just trying to throw off the draft, in my opinion. Because, I mean, look at this. 353 fan points last year. He had 1,800 rushing yards, 360 receiving. He had 20 touchdowns, 18 and 2 receiving, and he only lost 2 fumbles. How is that guy not go number 1? Hey, nice, you're back, Wiz. Cool, you'll see the start. We're starting off from the 3rd position overall, and we'll see who we go with. Yep, first, Jonathan Taylor. There you go. Second is going to be, drumroll please. That was a shitty drumroll, I'm sorry. Second is going to be... Come on, man. It's past my bedtime. Alright, looks like this guy's not even going to pick it, so it's going to be Cooper Kupp because of the average draft position. Cooper Kupp. So, I know I did it last time, but I'm going with Austin Eckler. I know Eckler's going to rock. So, CMC's a potential upside. The viable QB last year would have been even better. Could have had a shot at MVP. Yeah. You can join the mock draft, I believe. This one is filled up already, unfortunately. But if you go on Yahoo, I don't know if you have a Yahoo account, you just have to find the one, like, if I were to join this one right here, is double reverse 818-3252. You'd kind of have to find that one and join it. They tend to fill up like ASAP, so like if you wanted to do a mock draft together, which unfortunately I'm not going to be doing another one tonight, maybe in a couple days I'll do another one. You hop in, that'd be cool. And I pick one that's starting later in time, so that way it gives you a chance to find it. Maybe even I could send out like invite, like, hey, join this mock draft room. Maybe that would work. I don't know. I've never dealt with trying to get someone into a mock draft. Regular draft, for sure, you could do. Possibly even a best ball draft. I don't know if you've ever done best ball before. Best ball is really fun. It's set it and forget it. Literally, it's awesome. Best ball is one of the coolest things out there because you draft your team and that's it. It automatically selects whatever players you drafted who score the highest in each position category. It automatically selects whoever did the highest that week and puts your totals together for you. It's pretty freaking awesome. But yeah, so we kind of lost track of what was going on here. CMC fell to 5th. Derrick Henry went before him. And you had Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Najee Harris, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase went. What do we got left here? See, Saquon. That's interesting pick. Should I go with Saquon? Saquon seems a little washed. Oh, good luck. ESPN, dude. I hate ESPN. I cannot stand ESPN leagues. My least favorite of them all. I actually was in an ESPN league last year that I dropped out of for this year because I can't stand using... Oh, yes, Juggernaut Javonte fell to us. We're going to take him. I'm going to skip Saquon because I don't trust him. We're going Juggernaut Javonte because he's a beast. But with a cap, what's that mean? Like, you're doing an auction draft? Or, yeah, I don't get it. Explain that to me. What do you mean the draft has a cap? It has to be a salary cap? So it's like an auction draft then, right? Or is it each player's automatically ranked at a certain dollar amount per round, I guess, would it be? I don't know. Describe that to me. I've never done one of those before. So here comes my next pick and two picks. And there goes T. Higgins. There goes James Conner and Zeke. Wow, a lot of running backs are going. I've got my 2 already. I might be able to come around for another one later. So I'm going to pick up Tyreek Hill here. That should be a strong one. I know Tyreek's not going to be the same Tyreek as he has been because now he's got Tua throwing him the ball. Oh, draft starts 27. Yeah, let me know how it's going, dude. But Tyreek's definitely not going to be what he has been because Tua's throwing the ball. Tua's not that great in my opinion. I don't like him. I feel like he could only roll out to the left and throw it, and he's scared to put it in those tight little windows. He's used to that college where his receivers just, they make that extra step and he could throw it past them and they'll catch up to it, which Tyreek Hill is very capable to do. Push to 5 min because it's not full. It's alright. You let me know when it starts. I'll still be here. Oh, and there goes Josh Allen already? What? We're in the 3rd round. Who picked Josh Allen? Scott. Scott's actually in this draft too. He's not a bot at this point. Wow. Can you believe that? Josh Allen in the 3rd round? That's freaking early, man. So let's see who's fallen to me. I might be going running back here. I might take J.K. Dobbins. Could possibly take ETN. I haven't gotten any shares of ETN in these mock drafts yet. I mean, he's coming back from what, an Achilles injury? So that's tough. Is it Achilles or ACL? Someone knows on that. He's gone anyway, so I can't draft him. Doesn't matter, but still good to know for the future drafts and actual leagues. But I like Dobbins if I can. Dobbins he keeps getting to me in these first couple rounds here. I think everyone's worried about him because he's on the PUP list. He's going to be fine for the start of the season. He's missing training camp, or at least some of training camp because they started him out on the PUP list. But he'll be good. Ooh, Mike Williams could be available. Now, they worked Mike Williams. Yeah, he drafted him. Chargers worked the crap out of Mike Williams early, and then he kind of fell off. But he still did do work. Yeah, I'm going to pick up J.K. Dobbins. Coming back around, I want to get a decent receiver, and I do think Courtland Sutton's going to be Russell Wilson's best target this year. It wouldn't be terrible getting Sutton and Javonte Williams on the same roster. I mean, it puts a lot of pressure on me to get points from the Broncos. Yeah, he's gone anyway, so it doesn't matter. Do I go back to the well of Juju? I don't know. I don't want Miles Sanders at all. Now, I think I'm going to jump down there for Juju. I really do have a lot of faith in Juju this year. I would have gone DK Metcalf, but he's got fucking Drew Lock or Geno Smith throwing him the ball. There's no hope there. Like, he could be very, very useful in the sense that he's the guy they throw the ball to every time. But that the Seahawks are going to be going in back to like Seahawks running ground and pound all the time. That's why DK's still out there right now. What was it? Last year DK was going like the second round, but his quarterback situation has deteriorated, and the way the Seahawks are going to be running the things, it's not a guy to really jump on early. If you could get him with value in like the 5th or 6th round, worth it. See, this guy just drafted him in the 5th. Worth it. 5th round draft pick DK Metcalf. I would take it. I didn't take it, but I would. It's not terrible at all. So now I'm looking at Tyreek Hill, Juju Smith-Schuster, Austin Eckler, Javonte Williams, and J.K. Dobbins are my team. I think I might go with Rashad Penny. I know they're going to be phasing him out for Kenneth Walker at some point in time, and I'm not going to handcuff Javonte with Melvin Gordon because that's not so much of a handcuff. I mean, it is. If one of them gets hurt, I have the other. But they're going to be splitting work, and I don't want to have to decide who's going to be getting it. I really don't. No. Rashad Bateman's a decent thought. Besides Mark Andrews, he's the number 1 receiver in Baltimore. Who else is there? Gabriel Davis. Everyone's real high on Gabriel Davis after what happened down those playoff games. I'm not one of them. I don't know why, but I'm just not. There goes Gabriel Davis. I kind of think I want to go with. You just got started. Got 4th pick. Nice. I think I'm gonna hit up Rashad Penny here. We're gonna see how it goes. I know Kenneth Walker is supposed to come in and take that role, but for now, we're gonna hit Rashad Penny up. Coming back around, I don't necessarily want to go with T.J. Hawkinson. The top tier of the tight ends has come and gone. However, Dallas Goedert could be. It's my turn now, right? Dallas Goedert's not a terrible option. I'm thinking here. Who else is available for me? Bateman is there. But Goddard could be a strong tight end to have. Yeah, we're gonna jump on tight end now. It's probably still a 3 for 30 guy, but if he gets red zone work, those weeks are good for you. So yeah, how's you got the 4th pick? So how's the draft working? I'm sure it hasn't just started yet. You're probably in the waiting room, but do players have like numbers on them, or is it like an auction where you gotta put bids in on people, and you have like, say, $500 in your wallet to spend? How's that thing work out? So now, what's gonna be around here? I could try to stack Russ with Javonte if he makes it to me. I know one of these drafts I grabbed Matthew Stafford. I think it was... Yeah, that was when I drafted 1st overall. I ended up grabbing Matt Stafford. Wouldn't be terrible. Again, he's going to pass that ball. Just like last year. Michael Thomas is out here. I have high hopes. Not expectation. High hopes for Michael Thomas. to try to come back to somewhat of what he once was. He hasn't played football in 2 years, you know? Jameis Winston is his quarterback. That ain't Drew Brees. You don't have a Hall of Famer throwing you the ball now. So that's interesting. But, yep, there goes Dangerous. Matt Stafford's not a bad one to pick at this point. I mean, who else do you got here? Kirk Cousins. Trey Lance is decent because of his running ability. He's going to be utilized a lot in that sense. But if Mr. Super Bowl winner Matthew Stafford is there, it is an auction. I had a feeling that was going to be an auction. I've actually never done any auction drafts. Matt Stafford got taken. All right, so Matt Stafford got taken. We're going to pause on the quarterback for a second. Heard good things for Elijah Moore coming up. But just his quarterback situation, I don't trust. You know what? I'm going to take that dive on Michael Thomas. I'm going to try for it. And when it comes back to me, I'm going to go Trey Lance as my quarterback. I know the great Aaron Rodgers is still available for me. I could wait to pick a QB. But like then it's like Tua and Trevor Lawrence. And I don't like them. Even if it's just a mock draft. But yeah, auctions are cool, I've heard. I know Justin in the chat, he likes to do auction drafts. You still there, Justin Ironside? It's my turn to draft. I'll draft Trey Lance. So my team's shaping up decent. I mean, a lot of upside plays. I mean, I'm hoping Juju takes a lot of targets. Tyreek Hill's going to be an upside just because you don't know where the floor is going to be. Maybe he is just a floor guy, actually, this year. He used to be an upside. Trey Lance is an upside guy. Eckler's got floor and no ceiling. Javante's got a floor but no ceiling. Goddard's regular tight end. Dobbins, I want to say he's going to be more of a floor than a ceiling. Rashad Penny is pretty much all ceiling. You don't really know where the floor is. It could be crap with Kenneth Walker coming in. And Michael Thomas is all ceiling. There is no floor. You don't know what's going to happen with Michael Thomas. Is he going to be able to play football even? Yes, dude, ESPN, man. I'm telling you, I hate drafting with ESPN. I hate managing a team on ESPN. You gotta love ESPN for like watching sports things because they're the worldwide leader in sports. But even that, like, it's so skewed to like what they want you to be seeing. So, but it's all you got. I mean, NFL Network, of course, but there's still another thing. They want you to see what they want you to see. Oh yeah, you never done one for like money? Yeah, I've never done one for period, but it does sound challenging, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Justin Tucker for $3. That's not bad. There's a lot of different strategies. I know I've never done it, but I've heard a lot about things for about to be my turn. And if he lands to me, I'm taking Allen Lazard 100%. Get that number one target for Green Bay. And he does have a connection with Aaron Rodgers. But there are a lot of strategies when it comes to auctions. Like people, they'll just keep putting up kickers. So like you put Justin Tucker up for $1. No one wants to bid. No one's like, oh, I'll put $2, $3. Maybe someone bids $7. Now they're wasting their bankroll on a kicker. And so when it comes down to real players, you actually have a little bit more of an advantage than other people because they started wasting their money on kickers and crap players. Start an auction draft. I'm not doing an auction draft tonight. Maybe when we get through all the draft positions in mock drafts to see what's going on, then I'll do an auction draft. But not right now. So now it's back to me. I'm not paying attention, of course. MVS, I have Juju, so I don't want to pair them up together. Treylon Burks actually a decent option. I'm going to go with Treylon Burks here. That's a ceiling. He's a rookie. But what else do they have in Tennessee besides having to trust this rookie? Like, yeah. If you're just tuning in, we're drafting out of the third spot of a mock draft just to see how the team's going to shape up. It's not too bad so far. Got my team over here on the right. That's the main squad of it. And then we're working on the bench at this point. Getting a little lost in the chat box, so made some questionable last picks here. But it is what it is. Spend the whole 200 in the top 5 to 10 guys, yeah. Pretty much, then you're stuck filling your roster, which is $1 spots, whoever's left. It's not a bad strategy, too. That's another way to go about it. There's some other people that just throw out no-name guys for cheap just to get people bidding on them to just waste their bankroll. So that way you got the advantage there. Oh, James Robinson was available. I didn't even see that. It is what it is. Oh, I picked up Dallas Goedert. I forgot I picked up him. I was just looking over at Irv Smith to see about plucking him. He should be a decent red zone target for the Vikings. Kadarius Toney out here. That's a decent upside. Second year player. Kadarius Toney might actually do good. I got more, and so does the statistics here, more hope in Kadarius Toney than Kenny Golladay. Someone took Kenny Golladay. Good. That gives me a chance to get Kadarius Toney here. Looks like I got Eckler, Javonte, J.K. Dobbins, Rashad Penny. I could get another running back here. I could also get another quarterback because Trey Lance is my only thing going. I wouldn't want to be deciding between Justin Fields and Trey Lance. Justin Fields on the Bears. The Bears suck. I'd rather go with Matty Ice again. I've been picking Matty Ice decent amount in these. It's just like that backup quarterback. It's a 12-team league. You don't necessarily need a backup quarterback because people like Matty Ice are going to be out there later on. Like Jameis is still here. Mac Jones is down there. Deshaun Watson is out there. It's a mock draft, so no one's picking him. There's no reason to. My turn's next. I do want a running back. Let's see. I would grab running back and quarterback in these last two spots. James Robinson is available there, but so is Kadarius Toney. You know what? I'm going to leave my running backs. Yeah, no. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go with Toney. I'm going to go with this upside here. Why not? See how it shapes out. Yep, there you go. James Robinson went next. That would have been my choice, depending on how... If I knew better how they're going to be playing James Robinson and Travis Etienne, maybe I'd be more inclined to take him or make sure I don't take him. But I got Toney. I only got the one tight end in Dallas Goedert. It's a mock draft. Even if it was a real draft, you don't need to pick up a second tight end in the draft. It's a waste of a roster spot. You could get better depth than a tight end. They're going to do 3 for 30, like I keep saying. If you get a touchdown, you're happy. Don't draft 2 tight ends. It's not necessary. You're just wasting it. So now I think I'm going to end up grabbing Matty Ice. Honestly, all right. In real draft, I probably wouldn't even grab a second quarterback, um, just because this is a mock draft and they're not really grading me for real. For like, I'm not worried about how my team's gonna perform. I'm gonna pick Justin Fields, just because he's got that 300-point projection. So when I get my grade, it's gonna grade it higher. Like, oh, you're gonna get more points for quarterback because of that. I'm only playing one of the quarterbacks, so now it's really like I'm deciding between Justin Fields and Trey Lance. Not decisions I would want to make. They're both, in my eyes, kind of the same aspect. But Justin Fields, I would rank him a little lower because his team's worse. Where the Niners, they're set to go to the Super Bowl again. The Chicago Bears are set to lose, like last place kind of lose. So we filled our bench. Last things we need are a kicker and a defense, just to amuse it. I mean, we do need a kicker and defense. Never double tap kickers and defense. Waste of a roster position. Why can't I donate? I haven't unlocked that stuff for Twitch. I gotta keep up my average viewers, and I can hit the next like level tier, so that way I could fill in my about profile. I think I gotta go check after the stream to see if I actually can update that stuff, but I don't think I can yet. But I appreciate you wanting to. Thanks. That's real kind of you. But let's see. I could pretty much just about guarantee if you donate stuff, it's going to go to me doing best ball drafts. Fantasy football addict. Love it. I fucking love it. But yeah, it would definitely go to doing like actual real live drafts, not just mock drafts for practice, I guess, and for just to really like studies, kind of like a homework to see how my team shapes out from what position I'm drafting from in a 12 team league or more. With a 10 team league, you get such a stacked roster and you're just looking at all the people that you could be picking at the end, like, oh, but I could get this guy, oh, I could get that guy. You're splitting hairs at that point. I don't like it. I like more of a challenge, build a more in-depth and more intricate roster with more people in the leagues. You really got to dive deep into who's on what team and what things are like. So here with defense, I'm just going to pick whatever the highest projected scoring defense is going to be. Defense is hit or miss. You might have good players, but if they're not getting those random-ass fumble recoveries or pick sixes, you're not getting points for it, so it doesn't even matter. Oh, look, someone drafted Gerald Everett, Chargers tight end. Yeah, buddy. So we're going to pick Dallas here. Let's go to the kickers. Prater's kicking out of... oh, it's my turn already? Damn. Let's see. Who's left? Boswell. But who's top here? I'm going to go with Hopkins just because it's my guy. I keep picking him over and over again. He's kicking in a dome, so kudos to that. It's just I got to get away from that when the real drafts come because I know the Chargers, they're not going to be kicking field goals, and they're definitely not going to be kicking extra points like many other teams will. They're running analytics. Coach Staley, he's firm on going for it. He knows the guys can execute. All they have to do is execute. That's what it is. And you saw it last year. Chargers convert fourth down. That's what they do. So let's check out how my team came up on the standings. Before that, let's talk about it. We got Trey Lance and, I know down here somewhere, Justin Fields are the quarterbacks. Main wide receivers, we got Tyreek Hill, Juju Smith-Schuster, Austin Eckler, running back, Javonte Williams at running back, Dallas Goedert at tight end, and J.K. Dobbins in the flex, with Dustin Hopkins kicking and the Dallas Cowboys defense. And on the bench, running back backing it up, we got Rashad Penny. Got Michael Thomas. We'll see how that happens. Alan Lazard. Traylon Burks, rookie there in Tennessee. He's going to be one of the top targets, though. Kadarius Toney with the Giants, and that's our team. And we stacked up number 3 overall. So we drafted from the 3rd position, and we're sitting at 3rd overall projected points, and we're only less than 40 points out from first place. Not terrible. The only reason I think that is because with quarterback, I'm down the list. And I'm really down. I would have been even further down the list if I only took the one quarterback like I want to, which is what I'll do when it comes down to like real draft season. More than likely. Because let's see. Players left. Quarterbacks. Now, this was a 12-team thing. Obviously, no one's picking Deshaun Watson now because it's a mock draft and no one knows what's going to happen. If it was a regular draft with like real people for their real teams, someone would have picked him up just in case. Tannehill's out there. He's serviceable. I mean, last year... I don't need to do that. Last year, Tannehill, 282 fan points. Justin Fields is projected at 300. He's a running quarterback. So, I know Tannehill had 7 rushing touchdowns. A lot of that is because Derrick Henry was injured. Derrick Henry doesn't get injured. He doesn't get those touchdowns. That's all Derrick Henry's ball. Carson Wentz is out there. Blah. Zach Wilson. Mariota. Salvageable. I'm sure he doesn't get replaced midway through the season. Jimmy G's going to find a home. I think Mitch Trubisky ends up starting over Kenny Pickett. I think they let Pickett sit for a while. So, yeah, there's not too many great options out here, but there would be someone who's salvageable if need be. But, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, we're at the top in wide receivers, mid-range for running backs. Oh, didn't want to do that. Tight end, we're at like the bottom, which I'm fine with because I think all I did was draft one tight end. If you need another tight end, just pick them up on the waivers or out there in free agency. You don't need to draft 2 tight ends because everyone you're drafting is going to be 3 for 30 kind of guy. You're just hoping for that touchdown. You don't need to. But hey, do what you want to do. It's the way you draft, the way you feel it. I mean, I don't win every fantasy football league. No one does. But I've won a handful of them. I haven't been playing for that many years. That's just the way I see it, the way I've heard things from paid fantasy football analysts, guys that do this as a living. It's what I listen to on the radio on Sirius XM. They know what they're talking about. That's why they get paid to talk about it. And you don't need to fill your roster with tight ends like, oh, this guy's good, but this guy could be good too. Someone else that's going to be available could be good tight end. Like, let's see who's out there right now. Njoku, Logan Thomas, Hayden Hurst could be good. Austin Hooper could be good in Tennessee. They used to lean on Jonnu Smith. I don't know what happened to him. He fell off. Brevin Jordan, O.J. Howard, Uzoma, and on the Jets could be. But, like, they're all guys that Troutman, they're hit or miss. You don't know what's going to happen. They'll get 3 catches for 30 yards, and that gives you nothing. But if they score a touchdown, they're the greatest guy on earth, you know? Kicker, I only had 1, so I'm down there. And then defense, I only had 1, I'm down there. It's like this guy here probably had to start auto-drafting because he has 2 defenses. What's the point? Get the one defense that you're looking for, and if they're doing good for you, you keep them. Drop someone else to pick up another one during the bye week. If not, stream defense. Stream defense is a real thing for sure. It's not 100% foolproof, but go stream the defenses. Like, whoever's playing the Bears, stream that defense. Whoever's playing the Texans, stream that defense. Like, Texans aren't going to be terrible, but they're not going to be good. You're going to want to play a defense against them. Depending on how it goes, whoever's playing the Jaguars, maybe stream that defense. Even the Browns. The Browns have the best offensive line in the league. But their offense is faltering without Deshaun Watson in there. I mean, they have Amari Cooper, but if Jacoby Brissett's throwing the ball, it's not going to be all that great. So, stream defense, definitely a good thing to do. Don't draft quarterbacks early in regular drafts. If you're doing an auction draft, it's a whole different ballgame. But let's get out of here and let's see what grade they gave us here. Oh, it must have been good because my score went up. Another A-, 92. Strengths are running back and bench. My other A-, the strength was running back, bench, and flex. I had QB, defense, and kicker are the weakness. There was QB, defense, kicker, and tight end was the weakness. It's funny how in this one tight end isn't a weakness when I only drafted one tight end. But that is it. Yeah, I don't know. You guys got anything else you want to talk about on this? Because I'm about ready to wrap this stream up at this point. Getting a little tired. And my throat's starting to get a little scratchy from all the talking. But yeah. Did you guys enjoy it? What did you think was good about the stream? If it's your first time tuning in, don't forget to follow the channel. Come back next time. Don't know if the next stream's going to be playing Fortnite or doing more mock drafts. They're both fun. Both fun to watch too. Have a good time. But yeah, at this point, I'm winding it up. I hope you do good in your auction mock draft, dude. Go for it. It's a mock draft, so have fun with it. Take some risks that you normally wouldn't do. See how it turns out. See how you like it. But yeah, at this point, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in, for participating. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Nice talking with everyone about things, getting everyone's input on their favorite teams, players, what they think's going to happen, how they like to draft, all that stuff. Come back next time. We'll be drafting from the 4th hole, and we'll see how far down we get. Maybe we'll do a 4, 5, and a 6, and then save, maybe even get a 7. Maybe we'll pop 4 drafts off. Who knows? But I do plan on getting through all 12 spots before starting, to get into best ball drafts. Once we're just about the end of preseason games, I'm going to be just best ball drafts like crazy. Just pop up a stream of best ball and just continuously rolling through them until I get too tired to be drafting anymore. I like best ball. It's fun. You know, you get that thrill of doing a draft, but you don't have to pay attention to the team. You just have to look at it at the end and make sure the money goes in your account. But on that note, I'm gonna sign off here. I hope everyone had a good time. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. I had fun. And don't forget to follow the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And next time we could try and get a draft going together. Have a good night, everyone.